Hey, what's up, guys? And yeah, sorry to inform you, but it's the last episode of What If Naruto Was Trained by Gods. I hope you guys enjoy this series. Thank you all for your help and your support and for following me on this journey. Thank you all. But don't be sad, guys, because new What Ifs are coming soon for you guys to enjoy, so don't be sad. And also, go ahead and check out the final series of What If Naruto Was Taken by Orochimaru. And over on Anime King, I post a new episode of What If Kaguya Was Naruto's mother. And I also post a new episode of What If Naruto Had Multiple People Sealed Inside of Him. So go ahead and check it out and enjoy. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you all for your help and your support. And comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's begin this new episode, shall we?
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails.
So the last time we left off, Naruto and the others were preparing themselves for war as Sameel is coming, as he wants to kill the four horsemen. Meanwhile, Obito used the Izanagi and rewrite reality as he wasn't dead, as he took Nagato eyes and implanted in his own, and he used the Akatsuki as his path as he went up against Sameel, as he wanted to seal that demon inside of him with that power he saw. That demon is far stronger than any of the other tail beasts, and with that he can easily gather all of them. So he went up against Sameel, as Sameel demons crushed all of his paths. As Obito then went up against Sameel and tricked him and sealed Sameel inside of him, but Sameel's power was too great, as Sameel broke out of the seal, but it used a lot of his power and Sameel was weaker than before, as he crushed Toby into nothing. And with that, Sameel set off, as he was going to kill the horseman. A week later, Tsunade was appointed as a new Hokage, seeing that Sarutobi was getting up into the age. As Tsunade was informed that the demons are coming to Konoha, as Tsunade ready everyone, as the nations were ready, as the war is going to begin, as they all met at the outskirts of the village, as they saw the bunch of demons, as the shinobis ready themselves, as the demons were in all shapes and sizes, as the horseman stepped to the side, as Sameel got off his throne, as he looked at them with a glare, promising them that he's going to kill them all today, as they all attack. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So let's begin this new episode, shall we? We begin this episode with Naruto, as he was slicing down demons with angel hand, as one tried to sneak up behind him, as Kushina sliced it right in half with her golden katana. "Get your ugly hands off my boy, you jerk," she yelled, as the sounds of explosion rang through the air as the cages unleashed their power on the enemies. Demons were burned alive and boiled alive by the Mizukage, as they were reduced to nothing but dust by the Tsuchikage. Gaara was making good use of his sand by crushing demon after demon with his sand. The Raikage was using his incredible speed and his strength to crush the demons, and Tsunade was doing the same thing without the lightning. Yujito was launching fire from her mouth to barbecue the enemies. She was also making good use of the Nibish chakra. Yagura was using his water power to keep the opponents at bay and use his lightning ability to fry them, as he was also making good use of his staff and his demon chakra when he could, as Roshi was melting them alive, and Han was using his steam to steam them alive, and it was actually effective, as Utakata was using multiple water jutsus to crush enemies, and he was a good fighter, Fu was flying above them and using a special acid from her mouth, while Killer Bee was using his swords to slice up the enemy. As the cages were fighting, demons and humans were being killed left or right. As the fight waged on, the bodies total got larger and larger, mostly human bodies, because when the demons were destroyed, they turned to dust. Despite the demons have the advantage in strength, the humans made up for that with their incredible speed and their destructive jutsus. On the other side of the fight, Minato and Kushina were using some light jutsus to vaporize the enemies. Hoshirama was using light as well and a wood jutsu to crush his opponents, while Tobirama was using a water dragon to tear through a ton of the demons. As Naruto cut down another demon with Angel Hand, "Hey you guys, this has gone on long enough. It's time to execute. Number 3, he said. The other angels nodded as they jumped back and went through hand sign. "Light style, solar beam," said Minato. "Light and lightning release." "Hailstorm," said Kushina. "Light and water release." "Holy water flood," said Tobirama. "Light and wood release." "Wrath of Eden," said Hoshirama. "Light style, flash combo," said Naruto. After seconds of those attacks, most of the demons were dead as they dissolved into ash and dust. "Whoa, that was awesome," Fu said from her position. At that moment, there was a huge explosion as fire burst out from the ground. As Sameel then landed in front of them. "Sameel," Naruto said as he glared at the monster, as the horseman had lost. But Sameel looked like he had better days. His left eye was gone, leaving a dark red socket. His right horn was gone as well, as he was bleeding from the left side and had multiple bullet wounds and cuts and gash all over his body. As he then shouted, "The horseman have failed you. Your so-called ace in the hole hasn't helped you one bit. Now it's my turn to reveal my ace in the hole." As he slammed his fist into the ground, as there was a loud rumbling, out of the crack rose 4 monstrous creatures. There was a huge 4-legged bat, and a large insect creature, and a giant worm with massive teeth, and a giant spider. "They will be your destroyers," said Sameel. "Hey big man, do you really think that we will reveal our hand this early in the game?" Naruto asked. "If you do, then your age has finally gotten to you," Sameel growled at the boy. "Now let me show you our true ace in the hole." As Naruto flashed his hand, showing a seal on it, as he then went through hand signs. As the seal on his hand flashed red, as he slammed it on the ground. "Ancient revival seal in art, revival of the 9, he said. As the seal spread, as the normal people had a blue glow over them, and the angel had a golden glow, as Naruto had gold, purple and black around him. As a brown glow was on Gaara, purple around Yujito, a green one around Yagura, dark red around Roshi, and white around Han, and light green around Utakata, and light blue around Fu, and an electric color around B. As chakra leaked from their seals, as everyone's eyes widened, as Naruto had someone in front of him, also did the other Jinchurikis. It was a 9 Bijous in human form. "What?" said Tsunade. "Naruto, I thought you said that the 9 Tails was dead." "Well, the technique I just used can revive the dead and release anything from their binds." As everyone realized, those were the Bijous in their human form. As the Bijous then turned to Sameel. "Well kid, if you brought us all back, this must be dangerous." "Huh, Sameel huh?" said the Kyuubi. "Well, let's show him what a real demon is." As the other Bijous nodded as they rushed forward towards Sameel. As Naruto got up and tried to run over there as well, but Minato held him back. "No, you need to rest after using so much power on that technique." As Naruto sighed, but his father was right, he was tired. As Naruto sat down, as Minato, Kushina, Hoshirama and Tobirama took on the 4 demons that Sameel brought, and the Bijous took on Sameel. As Naruto had to sit down and watch all the fighting happen in front of him, even though he was by himself. Sameel was still able to face the Bijous. Even though they're in their human form, they still have the same power as when they're in their beast form. As the Kyuubi blasted a stream of fire right in Sameel's face, as Sameel howled in pain as he jumped back. Sorry, Hornhead. Even though it would be nice to get back at these humans, but killing you would be just as satisfying, said the Kyuubi. The Ichibai focused her powers as sand burst from the ground and wrapped around Sameel's left arm. Sand burial, she said, as the sand crushed Sameel's arm and ripped it from his body. Nibi appeared next to him and slashed her claw across his chest, leaving bloody marks. As she then growled, "Hellcat," she said, as purple flames came from her mouth and cinched Sameel's flesh, as Sameel was knocked backwards, as the Sanbai then slammed right into him with his shield, as he was knocked straight into a boulder. Just as he was getting off the ground, the Yonbai appeared next to him and grabbed his leg and threw him straight up into the air, as the monkey demon released a lava blast from his mouth, as he struck Sameel, as Sameel cried out in pain. He was then grabbed by the Gobei in mid-air, as he was then knocked down to the ground with great force, as the Gobei shoved a spear right in his back and said "Thunderbark," as a large bolt shot from the spear, as Sameel screamed in excruciating pain, as the slug demon appeared and kicked Sameel right in his face, shattering his left horn, as the six-tailed then yelled "Acid Slime," as the liquid ate away at his flesh, as Sameel fell onto his side. He was then grabbed by the beetle demon. "Don't die on us yet, we're just getting started," the seven-tail said, as he tore right through Sameel's shoulder with his blade, taking off his right arm, as he was then kicked into the mouth that knocked out a bunch of his teeth, as Sameel dropped right in front of the Kyuubi, as the Kyuubi grabbed him and threw him straight up in the air, as Sameel was losing consciousness, as the Kyuubi focused yokai to his sword, as the sword blazed with yokai, as he swiped "Fox Slice," he said, as he sent out a ripple effect that sliced Sameel in half, as he then said "Fox Fire," as he burned Sameel to death, as the remains, his ashes, blew away into the wind, as the Kyuubi then let out a roar along with the other tailed beasts, as the humans cheer. The battle was over. Sameel is finally dead. After that was over, things went back to normal, as all of the Jinchurikis returned back to their village with their tailed beasts as well. As people couldn't believe it, the Jinchurikis and the tailed beasts were two separate people, especially for Fu. A lot of people back at Taki apologized to her. Speaking of the Bijous, the news of them reached the daimyos, and they are now serving as the daimyo's bodyguards. Since nobody would try to fight a Biju, everything went on most peacefully. As the years went by, Naruto married Ino and they're raising 3 kids. Lee and Sakura married a few weeks after Sakura and Ino did, as they had a happy life as well. Choji wound up marrying Amy when the old man found out he was excited that a fan of his cooking was going to be his son-in-law. Sasuke and Haku married and they now have 3 kids, the youngest being twins, as the 3 kids possess the ice and the Sharingan, as there was a lot of competition in the family, but they still managed. Hinata dated Kiba for a while, but things didn't really work out, as he tried numerous amount of times to get back with her, but right now he kind of has a restraining order against her, and she's now dating Shino. And Shikamaru tied the knot with Temari. Gaara married his secretary, as he also became like an uncle to Naruto's children. Kankuro remained single, seeing that his habits freaked out a lot of women, as Tsunade eventually stepped down and let Naruto take her place. She is now staying with Jiraiya, who has stopped most of his perverted actions, and the world and everyone else lived on in peace. And yeah guys, that is where I end this story. I hope you guys have enjoyed this story so far. This is the ending episode. Thank you all for your support and following me on this journey. Thank you all, guys. And don't be sad because what I told you, new what is will be coming soon, and I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. But for now, I'm out of here. This is gonna be the last time you hear me say, what if Naruto was trained by gods? See ya. Peace, guys.